you can just state your full name and the correct spelling.
First Lieutenant Nick Martino, Nickmartino.
And your billet, sir?
Company Commander, Bridge Company, 7th Engineer Support Battalion.
And your hometown, sir?
Kinderhook, New York.
And how long have you been in the Marine Corps, sir?
I've been in the Marine Corps almost 4 years now.
And how have we used these capabilities in the last 13 years in Afghanistan and Iraq, sir?
The improved river bridge has not been used at all. With the exception of the Helmand River in southern Helmand Province, there is one improved river bridge there. But for the most part, engineers with ESB, Engineer Support Battalion, have used primarily the medium girder bridge and the non-standard bridging in the last 10 to 13 years in Afghanistan. Iraq, improved river bridge was used a lot in the push into Baghdad and during OIF as well. And the assault vehicle launch bridge has been used constantly throughout the last 10 to 13 years in the OIF and OEF.
And what are some of the advantages of having these capabilities for the Marines? So,
some of the advantages for the Marines using these bridging assets is to allow them to cross an obstacle. For this instance, it's a river or a larger dry gap that wheeled and tracked vehicles cannot get over. Instead of bypassing and adding hours and potentially days into your movement or your convoy, these bridging assets give you the opportunity to cut your timelines down and crossing that obstacle where you want to cross, bypassing that obstacle and getting to your objective.
How can these be used in other non-combat related ways to help?
These assets can be used in a non-combat way for humanitarian assistance or possibly disaster relief. If you do have a bridge fail during, let's say, an earthquake, for an example, or a very severe hurricane, Hurricane Sandy, for instance, or Hurricane Katrina, where bridges are destroyed because of the high winds or possible tornadoes. These bridges have the potential to be employed where those bridges once existed, giving civilians and locals the opportunity to continue to cross the bridge where they normally cross the water and not really impede any traffic and keep things moving across that river or stream.
And have you been deployed, sir?
Yes, I deployed in OEF 11 TAC 1 in 2011.
Did you deploy with ESB, sir? Or?
Yeah, 7th Engineer Support Battalion.
So is there anything you'd like to just explain about some of these capabilities that the general population might not know?
Some of the capabilities of the rafting capability that we have, they do have the potential and the capability to cross our heavier logistical vehicles and our heavier mechanized vehicles, such as the heaviest vehicle that we own is a tank. So the raft that you saw today, the 6-bay improved river bridge raft, has a capability to sustain and carry an M1A1 tank across a wet gap and ferry it to its next location on the other side of the river. Okay, so today was just a great opportunity to just get the Marines out here to do their cross-training with the Marines from Combat Engineer Battalion and the Marines from Engineer Support Battalion to not only demonstrate what we bring to the fight as far as combat engineers, but to refamiliarize the audience with our capabilities within 1MEF and what we can do and what we can bring to the fight and how we can project the commander's combat forces across a linear obstacle such as a river or a wet gap.